Welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. Today I'm out in the driveway, and as you can see, got the service truck opened up here, and we're going to be doing a little bit of work on it today, mainly installing a new radio setup, because the factory little screen is getting kind of annoying, and I had a company, Eonon, reach out and ask if I'd be interested in an upgrade. I said, hey, sure, why not? So they sent out a 12.1 inch in-dash touchscreen Android setup that is supposed to be plug and play, keep all the factory stuff in the truck working, and add on a lot of new features like Android Auto and things like that. It came packaged really well. There is the screen itself. It is going to replace that whole center section of the dash. Let's see here, let's file this up. Got all the harnesses, the panels to cover the AC, whichever your vehicle uses. This one's manual, but has all the plug and play harnesses and everything sitting here. Did come with decent instructions. So yeah, this is the FDMX 6S model. But yeah, we're gonna start by tearing this out. Should be pretty straightforward, and see what we can get into. So let's get at it. First up, pull up the rubber mat, get these two 7mm headed bolts pulled out, and then this top panel can come out. Now this top panel does have clips on the front, so once you get those two bolts out of the back, it will take some effort to pop those out. But just sit that off to the side, and you've got two more bolts here, which should let this pull back, and we'll see what else we got to pull out of the way. So with those top two bolts pulled, this whole panel just clips into place. Just work your way down, popping the clips out, and then you need to get behind it and unhook the wiring connectors, and this should be ready to come out. So now we're looking at the back side of the new unit. I've clipped on the AC control panel, this deal here, that matches my factory control panel. So it clips into place, and it gets held in with two little screws that I haven't put in yet, so it's not going to want to sit tight. Then we need to take apart the back side of our factory module, take the torque screws out, and take the factory HVAC control out of the panel and install it on the back side of this one. Should be pretty straightforward. And yeah, once I get this apart, I'll bring it back and show you what's going on. So here's what we've got going on essentially. Got the back removed from the factory panel, and we're going to remove this lower portion and this middle portion and swap them into the back side of the new radio housing. These top ones don't go. You just disconnect these ribbon cables. It's pretty straightforward. They should pull right out. Disconnect those. You're going to use all the factory screws and hardware as you swap everything over. And yeah, that should be it. Then it comes with a new back that goes on this once those PCBs are in place. So we'll go on and swap those around and go from there. And this is how yours should look. Just take your time. As you can see, I'm doing this on the front seat of a truck, so it's not super easy, but if you had it on a workbench, it'd make it a lot faster. But note the screw locations, because some of them need to stay out for the cover to screw on in place. But yeah, the two factory PCBs are now attached, and I did get the little screws in for this lower panel to attach to the top panel. So now I should be ready to get this cover put on, and then we'll move on to moving the switches from the top panel of the factory one up there into these little holes here, and should be ready to get this thing put in. Now the fun part. Now each vehicle is going to be different for what gets used and what doesn't. So I've gone on and pulled the factory screen, factory CD player out. So I'm going to sort through this wiring and see what needs to be utilized and what doesn't. And we'll go on and get everything hooked up and see how it works. Oh, there we are. All put in and buttoned up nice. I routed the GPS antenna up there. I did go on and install the microphone that it comes with. I'm not sure if it's 100% necessary or not. The only thing that I found that does not work as far as OEM stuff on the truck, the backup camera didn't work. So it does come with a camera. So I went on and installed it. Pretty simple. I mounted the camera that came with it right over the license plate. I was able to run the wiring, which this is an extended cab long bed truck. Came with enough wiring to reach all the way back there without having to splice anything or add anything. Plugged it into the radio, ran it right underneath the floor, and right here under this rubber mat. Your truck might have carpet, but there is a rubber plug in the floor that I ran the wire through. Popped the plug out, cut a little slit in the plastic or in the rubber plug. Ran the wire through, put the plug back in place, and ran it straight to the back. And it worked out really well. So far, I am pretty happy with the install. It does have Android Auto that auto connects through Bluetooth. Everything on here so far works as it should. I do have a little quirk here where for some reason the weather app shows me in China, which I'm not there. See, Android Auto automatically populated. Let's see here. Backup camera functioning now as it should. I've got GPS through my phone. I've got access to Pandora, YouTube Music, all of that stuff automatically through Bluetooth. Like I said, the backup camera works. Audio works, sounds great. I don't know as far as the difference between the factory radio and this one. But I've got Bluetooth audio, so if I'm watching YouTube videos or listening to YouTube content, it will play automatically on through the radio. It doesn't show the video or anything on the screen because that would be a distraction, but it does play the audio well. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with this thing. I just have not gone through and set any of it up yet. But yeah, so far I am pretty happy with it. Overall install time, including the camera, was about 2.5 hours, and that was taking time to shoot video and everything else. Could probably be done in 2 hours if you just stopped and did it. And yeah, it was pretty straightforward for an install that is in depth as this is, and how much integration it has. That's not bad. But yeah, overall, we'll see how this holds up. Quality is up in the air yet. It seems to be pretty solid, but sometimes these things can go wonky pretty quick, so I will keep you updated if it does. But yeah, we are going to wrap this one up here. This definitely brings this truck a few years into the future as far as the media stuff is concerned. It looks much nicer than it did before. All the factory clips, everything worked really well. It matches the contour of the dash really well. Moved all the switches up here, and all the HVAC stuff works. Interesting tidbit here. Let's see. I can control the HVAC from the radio now too, which is kind of interesting. Turn AC on, and it's actually controlling it down here. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Wasn't aware it would do that. But yeah, that said, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. If you got any comments, questions, complaints, drop them in the comment section below. If you would, hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out quite a bit and doesn't cost you anything. I will have links to everything in the video description, so be sure to check that out. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We appreciate you watching.